Hey, Lee Robinson here from American Sentinel Canine. So we just picked up a new to us vehicle. It's a 2004 Lexus LX470, which is the Lexus version of the Toyota Land Cruiser. And this has the same motor as my old Tundra. This one only has 141,000. We picked it up so we could have dogs in the air conditioner. The third row folds up to the sides. Second row folds down. That'll give me two room. And I can even take these out easily. These just pull a lever and a switch or whatever. Two levers and they come out. The back seats come out. The second row folds down. So we can have easily two crates in here if we want to. And even three if we put one in the front sideways after we fold those front seats down, the second row down. Then I can still get some bite work equipment in here, like a bite suit or some sleeves, tugs, etc. Leashes, lines, whatever we want. And it'll allow us to transport the dogs to training and to the vet. And I don't have to worry about an accident on the highway and having to keep the dogs in the back of a pickup truck and our dog box that we have out there. So by having this vehicle, we'll be able to keep them cool inside while we go to a show or a competition. And it's got I popped the hood on it here. This is the 2UZ-FE engine, which is one of the few that's actually certified for use in the airplane because it's so reliable. This one has 141,000 miles on it. We're going to go through it and update it from tip to butt and make sure everything's good before we take it on road trips. Like I said, it's got the same motor as this old Tundra. They're both 2004. This vehicle has been so reliable for us. We've never had to do any repairs. All we've done is maintenance. Now, somebody might say, didn't you change the radiator? We did that with no leaks in the radiator. We just did it because it was an old radiator. So basically every 90 to 100,000 miles, you got to change the timing belt. Every 200,000 miles, you should do the water pump if you didn't do it at 100,000. And then also at every 200,000 miles, you should also replace the radiator. And it'll be due for a fourth time here, a little bit after 400,000 miles actually. And then we'll update the water pump and whatnot. But we've never had to do any repairs on it other than wearable items like brakes. And I put a lift on it, which is not a requirement. That's just a choice that we did so we could put bigger tires on it. It's been a great vehicle. And since it's been so reliable, I said, hey, I want something that's a SUV. And I really looked at the 7.3 liter diesel Ford Excursion, but it was a kind of a strange experience. I've never looked at a vehicle where I dealt with so many dishonest people than I did with the four-wheel drive diesel Excursion. That was kind of interesting how so many people that had those vehicles wanted top dollar but lied about the condition of the vehicle. This one's not perfect. It's got a few things that we're going to fix. We want to replace the steering gear in the front, and we already bought new tires for it. Had the front windows tinted just to keep it cooler for the dogs. These back windows pop out really easy. They just electronic you don't even have to get out of the seat, the driver's seat. It causes them to fold out, and we can pop up the back, keep the dogs cool when we're parked, or lock it up and whatever when I'm driving. If there's a accident, I can keep the dogs air conditioned, good to go. I expect it to last a couple 100,000 miles. So between this one and that one over there, man, I may not ever buy another vehicle. We'll just have to wait and see. Yes, that may sound wishful thinking, but I don't drive that much. Between the two of these vehicles, let's just say 7,000 miles each, then 10 years, you're talking about 70,000 miles each. 20 years, you're talking about 140,000 miles each. They'll get old before they get ridden to death. So that's just an update. And you might think, well, why would you get such an old vehicle? If I'm going to put money into it, it may cost. I could have probably bought a 2015 vehicle by the time I'm done updating all this stuff for, about the same amount of money. But honestly, I don't like all the computers. When my son got his license, I bought me a 2015 Toyota Tundra, four-wheel drive, double cab, just like my old 04 over there, and it's been great. But when he graduated and went to college, after he was on the president's list at Christmas time in college, maintaining his 4.0, and he graduated valedictorian, I gave him my 2015 Tundra, took the old one back. I'm not a materialistic guy. I like levers and buttons and reliability. I don't like computers and things tracking every move that I have. I don't want to drive an iPhone. So this is what I got. I chose to go with something older, and it's obviously a lot less expensive than buying a 2025 or 2026. I wasn't going to go buy a new vehicle. I've only bought one new vehicle in my life, and that was back in 1995 when they weren't so ridiculously priced. Since then, everything I've ever bought was used. Save your money, just shop wisely. Look for reliable vehicles from good years. Even a good company can have a bad model and a bad year. So look for a good company with a good model and a good year, and go with that. Honestly, this is a 2004. I didn't really want the 2003 with the 4-speed. I wanted the 5-speed transmission because it gets better fuel economy. The best years of this to buy are probably 2006, 2007. Although it has no rust on it on these vehicles, you want to make sure your frame has no rust. So look for a very clean frame. I don't know if that shows up in here, but there's no rust on this one. And when I say no rust, I mean the frame is not rusted out. These vehicles, if you had them up in the salt area, even the Tundra on this one, good frame. Okay, I'm not selling these vehicles. I'll keep these, maybe not until the wheels fall off, but until they're not worth keeping. Anyway, just a few thoughts on a better time. You know, I mentioned on this briefly in one of my videos where I talked about untold truths and things that we need to speak about. And honestly, one of the reasons I made that video was because people today just don't make things and honor things like they did back in 2004. So hey, I like these old vehicles. They work great, and I wish they made them like this today. Now you're buying a computer on wheels. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Bye.